Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So what are you reading Wednesday? Not you. Although you do seem to have a lot of books for Horror Mayhem. But what are you who are watching this, what are you reading Wednesday? Let me know in the comments. My name is Jim. This is my channel. Books, reading and stuff. Summer, did you finish Bleak House? I know you were about 200 pages from the end. I find Bleak House the most Kafkaesque of Dickens novels. The whole legal case between Jarndyce and Jarndyce just drags on and on and on. And people, some of the plaintiffs die in the process. It's very Kafkaesque. A long time before Kafka. More on Kafka later. T-Town Reader. How are you getting on with Robert Dugoni? I know he's one of your favourite writers. Aaron of ReadsomeBooks. I saw on your numbers tag video that you are currently reading 8 books. If we look on Goodreads, I'm probably reading 8 books currently, but I'd say of those I'm only actively reading 3, in that I've only picked up 3 of those in the past week. Topper Pop. Are you now on to the 5th volume of the Cazalet Chronicles? Let me know in the comments what you're all reading. Let's have a conversation in the comments. What am I reading? I mentioned Kafka. And I'm reading Kafka. This is Metamorphosis and Other Stories. Kafka is famously known for not publishing any novels in his lifetime. He didn't publish any novels, but he did publish 7 books, and this quite slim volume contains those books, including the stories like Metamorphosis. I read In the Penal Colony yesterday, and I put up a video about that. I'm reading Kafka for Horror Mayhem, this world tour. Kafka was living in Prague most of his life. He died in Vienna, in Central Europe. In the Penal Colony is set on some tropical island. Metamorphosis is somewhere in Central Europe. So this can qualify for this world tour. Have you read any Kafka? Let me know in the comments. Do you consider him a horror writer, or certainly horror adjacent? I know he's more existential and surreal and absurd in some ways, but there is also a lot of horror in his book. He's also still reading this Georgian picture book, davbrundeby, about this refugee girl from Abkhazia. Everything is all nice and she has her favourite cookies, and then the war starts and the book gets darker and more worrisome. She survived as a refugee and she became a book illustrator. This is the book she illustrated. Her name, Yuliana Meskhi. And I'm also reading Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConnaghy. She is an Australian writer. She writes a lot about the environment in her fiction. This is set on a fictitious island close to Antarctica, where there's this seed bank, and there's this man, Dominic, who's been left there to guard the seed bank. He's the caretaker. He's there with his 3 children. His wife died before the story starts, and he's grieving this. And washed up on the shore is a strange woman, Rowan. This reminds me a bit of The Accidental by Ali Smith. This strange woman showing up in the lives of this family. Both the woman, Rowan, and the family are quite guarded because they're not quite sure about the situation. And it's an interesting book. In 2023, my favourite read of 2023 was Once There Were Wolves, also by Charlotte McConnaghy, about the rewilding of Scotland by introducing wolves. That's a fiction, but it's plausible because of what they did in Yellowstone National Park. And there's a lot in Wild Dark Shore about climate change. This island is under threat from climate change. There's a seed bank there where they've been protecting the seeds, but that has to be cleared out because the island could very well be submerged very soon because of the increasing number of storms because of climate change. That's what I'm reading. Let me know what you're reading in the comments, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.